Hello, this is going to be my video response to PreparedMInd101's £10 winter sleep out challenge. To understand the rules and regulations, check out PreparedMInd101's video on his YouTube. But the basics are you have to have a kit of £10 or less and sleep out with it, or the part 2 is sleep out with it in conditions 32 degrees Fahrenheit, 0 Celsius or less before the end of the year. Okay, so this is my kit. It's all contained within it. One item hanging tied to the outside, and I'll start with that. This is a El Cheapo reflective and green roll mat. Very, very cheap from a supermarket. Then I'll go into the big compartment next. I've weighed everything, so I'm going to tell you what everything weighs there. I pull it out. This is 5 ounces. Next thing in the pack is another El Cheapo item. This is, I'm not going to put it out, but this is one of the silver reflective screens that you put on front of the windscreen of your car to stop the frost or to stop the heat in the summer. Costs virtually nothing and weighs virtually nothing, and it's very, very broad and long, and it's actually a little bit of foam on the back and silver on the front, so it's a little bit more, hopefully a little bit more heat insulating than a regular survival mat. Anyway, that weighs virtually nothing. That weighs 3 ounces. Next is the big item I've got. I'm a water lover, and I'm going to have my Pathfinder canteen filled with water, and that will be weighing 3 pounds. For me, it's very important to have a metal container in the winter because your water otherwise is going to freeze, and if you've got frozen water, you've got no water. So that's the big item. That's going to be 3 pounds with the water inside it. Next, because I want to be able to melt water or boil water and carry water, I've got 2 metal containers, and this is a Stanley canteen with the addition of a little bit of cotton rag, which can be used for a multitude of tasks, holding the hot pot, filtering water, wiping your arse if it needs to be done. And this canteen weighs, it's quite light, 8 ounces. It's got the lid, and the folding handle. It's a nice bit of kit. I bought it in the summer, I've never used it. I'm going to use it now, hopefully. If I can learn how to close it. Next, as well as water, I'm a big calorie addict. So, I've got survival food, 600 calories in here. This will warm me up before I go to bed. And the weight on this is something else. Give me a second here. Can't find the weight. We'll come back to it. The next is where I've been spending my money, not cheap as chips, is the SOL Escape Light Bivvy. And I'm concerned that I might not fit in this because it's new. I've never used it. I'm just getting it for this test because I don't want to die of hypothermia. So anyway, that's the SOL Escape Bivvy, and that weighs 5.5 ounces. It's written on the packet. I didn't have to weigh. Next, ta-da! The knife everybody loves to hate, the Moore Pathfinder, $100. If you think it's worth it or not. It wasn't $100 last time I bought it, was a lot less. Then I'm in Sweden, things are cheaper here. Anyway, that's my knife. And it's got a little bit of tape on it, you know, fire kit and some wire if I want to strangle somebody. So, the Moore knife, and that came in at 8 ounces, quite heavy. Next, this is what I'm going to base my shelter on, is builder's plastic, drop cloth, what you want to call it, 15 square metres, cheap as chips. I'm going to build some sort of bubble boy solution, super shelter when I'm out there, and I'm going to be toasty warm. Not a problem. Obviously that weighs quite a lot, that weighs 10.5 ounces. Now we're getting down the bottom. I've spent more money, yeah, because I don't want to die. The Soul emergency blanket. The weight of this is written on it somewhere. in on its own weight. 11.3 ounces. Look at that one. Yeah, 11.3 ounces. And its size of this is 5 feet by 7 feet for Americans, 1.5 for 2.1 for the rest of the world apart from Liberia. That'll be obviously I'll be using it more or less like he's using it in the picture, I think. Then I'll wrap it around in the drop off. It's going to be great. Not only do I like food, water, I love comfortable things to lay on. So I've got my X-Bed inflatable bed to sleep on, insulating me from the cold ground. And the weight on this is 12 ounces. Worth it. Then I've got some things here which don't weigh a lot at all. I've got 25 yards of bank line sold up in there. Then I've got 3 emergency foil blankets, again just extra insulation for my super shelter, for my bubble boy contraption. These weigh 2 ounces each, that's 6 ounces. That's the big compartment over. Let's go into the little compartment where the goodies are. More calories, of course. I've got, I think it's German emergency ration food. 1,150 calories in here in 4 bars, and that weighs 9 ounces. And of course, I'm in Sweden. Not only is it cold in Sweden, not only do we have good looking blondes, it's fucking dark, excuse my language. So this time of the year, you're going to have 16 hours of darkness. You do not have a lot of daylight to play with. So a good headlight or torch or flashlight is absolutely essential. So this is going to be, after keeping warm, having light is absolutely essential at this time of year, because otherwise you are totally handicapped. So there's an O-light, the rechargeable one. You've seen them on the YouTube before. Next, how am I going to put this bubble boy contraption together? Extra strong duct tape. I was going to say how much the headlight weighed. The headlight weighs 4 ounces. The tape weighs, can't see it, but not very much. And then I've got my fire kit, all contained in a very lightweight, super tactical plastic bag. And in here I have, let's go into the details. Everybody loves fire kits. I've got the Flamex firelighters. These are just basically, if you've not seen them, plastic bits of plastic as far as I can tell. They're very cheap and they're exceptional in cold weather. They burn very well in cold weather for a long time. This is what I prefer to use in cold, snowy conditions, because if they get wet, that's not a problem whatsoever. You just brush them off and wipe them on your glove or whatever, and then stick them in the snow and they'll burn. Great. But I've also got the old traditional cotton soaked in Vaseline, petroleum jelly, and what doesn't work in the cold? Lighters. What do I love in cold weather? Matches. So I've got survival matches in here. I think it's military defence or NATO survival matches. So they're also slightly windproof. But I've also got, you see, and I've got some red-headed regular strike anywhere matches. So it's I've got a bunch of water and windproof survival matches and strike anywhere matches, and there's a bit of cotton in the bottom as well, if needs be. So that's the fire kit. I won't have any trouble getting the fire started with that. And then the nose. Frostbite is a court-martial offence. If it isn't in your army, it should be. I'm not going to become a serial killer. This is the balaclava. Keep the schnozzle warm, keep the cheeks warm, keep the chin warm, your face is warm, your feet can freeze off and you'll still be alright. A nice balaclava don't weigh nothing. So I thought ahead here, I'm going to do the bubble boy contraption, so I'm going to be cutting a lot of plastic, maybe. So I bought scissors, they are, survival tactical scissors. And I have to eat my food, I'm not going to be carving myself a spoon. I've got the famous spork. That's that. Is there anything else in here? Just some rubbish. Yeah, I'll take out the rubbish because that's extra weight, I don't need it. I'll burn it later. Oh, I've got something else in there. Of course I've got something very important. I've got the little dinky Japanese saw. Got this as a Christmas present last year. I've used it in the garden, but I'm not taking it out camping. So I'm going to be going sawing and hacking away with that. It's got some paracord on it. So that is a complete kit. The bag is now empty. And all together, you're going to have to take my word for this because I'm not going to show it on camera, but it weighs £9, 15 ounces, including the water. That's 3 pounds of water. So I've got 1 ounce to go. I'm just going to let that ride. You know, I've got a bit of wiggle room there. 1 ounce, sorry. So it's £9, 15 ounces complete with the bag, with the water, with the food, everything. I'm going to be wearing the clothes I would normally go to work in, and you'll see that in the part 2 video. And it is cold here now at nights, but it's not consistent to 0. And I've got people over anyway this weekend, so I can't go out. But probably next weekend I'll be able to get out. We'll have consistent freezing temperatures during the night, and I'm going to get out. I don't want to leave it too late because then heavy snow will come, and that would be idiotic in my eyes to do this little camp out with heavy snow around. Well, maybe not idiotic, it's probably a lot of fun, but I'm not that crazy. Okay, thanks very much, Chris Tanner, PreparedMInd101, meeting of the Prepare Mind, like-minded souls out there. And any questions, leave them in the comment section. Anything else, I'll see you on meeting of the Prepared Minds. Thanks very much, bye bye.